This is the introduction into Phase 3 of Stretch, a draft stigma reduction approach to trigger change for children. Stretch is developed as a generic approach applicable across stigmas, contextualized on data and with active community involvement. It integrates promising strategies reused throughout the phases at various socio-ecological levels and limited literacy required. Stretch consists of 4 phases. This is Phase 3. We think implementation time will be about 1.5 months. The third phase of Stretch is implemented by the Stretch facilitators. It has 2 parallel stigma reduction strategies. One being a group-based strengthening self-efficacy for people with lived stigma experience, and the other an educational experiential stigma reduction strategy. These are followed by contact, dialogue, and body community actions. It targets community change actors with and without stigma X, and indirectly the general public. Phase 3 aims to reduce endorsed public stigma, reduce internalized stigma of people with lived experience, and to strengthen collaboration between community change actors with and without stigma X. The mechanisms of the strategies are, for the strengthening self-efficacy, positive-based, focusing on capacities and strengthening coping. Education-based, focusing on, amongst others, myth-busting. Reflection-based, reflecting on own life and how to change the narrative. And tangibility-based, to improve on your own story to a session. The mechanisms of the stigma reduction strategy are experience-based, to experience and discuss in and exclusion. Education-based, myth-busting and learning about stigmatization processes. And reflection-based, to reflect on situations and how to address those. The contact and collaboration strategy follows these strategies. And the mechanisms are contact, connecting with one another. To have dialogue, so to find common ground and interest, to pair up. And actions, to conduct small daily life activities together as a role model. Phase 3 has 6 process steps: to prepare for the phase, to visit community actors to address their barriers for participation, if any, to implement the parallel stigma reduction strategies, then to prepare for the upcoming strategy, and to implement strategy on collaboration and contact, and then to monitor their community actions. The rationale behind Phase 3 is that popular opinion leaders are a used strategy to create change. We also think it's important to address internalized stigma if it's there. And we focus on collaboration on equal footing. That was the introduction on Phase 3 of Stretch, a draft stigma reduction approach to trigger change for children.